going on, guys? Welcome back to the Casper Chronicles. It's your boy Casper, and today we have the PK Burning Abyss shenanigans. I honestly don't know what to call this. I mean, there's Burning Abyss cards in there, and there's mostly Phantom Knight cards in there. So I guess PK Fires was a term that was passed around for a little while, like back in the day. So, but we're just gonna call it PK, right? So I did take this to locals, not this past Friday, or I'm sorry, this past Thursday, but the Thursday prior, and I went X3, which is very disappointing because I'm a dummy and I misplayed really hard. So we're not gonna talk about that though. We're gonna get into the deck profile. We're going to talk about some things that, I did make changes, and I'm kind of not really feeling the changes. Maybe. I mean, we'll talk about it when we get to it. But, yeah, let's just get right into the deck profile. All right, we'll start with the main deck first. So, like I said, 3 tour guide, 1 seer, and 1 graph. I know the super is on its way. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm very disappointed, but this card literally uninterrupted is full combo. Like where you can scythe block your opponent and have I believe 2 fog blades set, so on and so forth. If we have time at the end of the video, we can go over a combo, or if you really want a more in-depth combo video, please do let me know down in the comments, and we can do like a couple of like combo tutorial-esque things, maybe even do some test hands. I don't know, but let me know if you want to see that down in the comments, and we can knock that out. But moving on from that though, so the PK line, a lot of people are running this now. So you got the 3 torn scales, you got 3 boots, 2 cloak, 1 gloves, and 1 stained greaves. I'm kind of iffy about this, to be honest. I almost want to play a second one of this, or just cut this entirely. The deck is at 43, which is okay because there are a lot of 1-ofs you don't want to draw, so that's fine. But I mean, there have been for sure instances where this has most definitely come up, which is why I opted to keep it in. I know, like a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it's a Phantom Knight, it's good, you should keep it. I don't know, I'm kind of iffy, but so far it's been okay. So it's gonna stand and do its job. I'm not going to go over the PK monsters too much. This is a double foolish, and if a PK monster is banished while this is in the graveyard, you can special this. This is special to if you control a Phantom Knight card, Phantom Knight monster, and also it's a banish to get a Phantom Knight spell or trap. This is the searcher to add stuff to your hand. So usually you use Ragged Glove. You send Ragged Gloves off of Cherubini and or off of excuse me, off of what's his name? Bardiche. He's right in front of my face. So you send this. This will get you to this. And if you have Torn Scales engraved, the banishing this to search, to dump this will trigger Torn Scales, so you can get another level 3, and yeah. This can then search you boots, or, I mean, honestly, if you need to, you can honestly search this. This is a searcher. It's really bad to draw, though. I definitely drew both of these one time, and it thank goodness I had Torn Scales, because otherwise that would have been very bad. Like I said, this just foolish. This was foolish any Phantom Knight card. And then this, I believe, this one, if a PK is special summoned while it's in the graveyard. I'm sorry. if a PK monster is special summoned, and this is in your hand, you can special it, you banish it, and then you can special a PK monster from your hand. That's what it is. So, yeah, that's the PK line. Extenders, Jackalope, Snake, Wielder. I've seen a lot of people opt to play, I think it's called Psychic Tracker. I really didn't like that. You know, like this is just kind of come up if it comes up, but if not, you know, cool. It's literally just the level 3 that I can special. All of these are literally a level 3 I can special in order to get into Cherubini to, you know, start rolling with my plays. Yeah, but Jackalope summons this. This will summon it. This summons itself. As long as you control another level 3, you can special it. Well, that's not Psychic Wheeler, which is why it's at 1. All right. You can definitely Scythe Walk. So we got to play the 1 Scythe. Of course, surprise, we're playing Enforcer. A lot of people are playing Dragoon. Well, some people are playing Dragoon a lot. Everybody now is playing the Enforcer package because these monsters actually do stuff instead of Red Eyes and Dark Magician just being giant beaters that literally sit in your hand. This one you can normal summon, and then the banish to draw 2 if you have no cards in your hand, which is nice. And this one, if you draw a monster during the draw phase and this is in your graveyard, you activate its effect, immediately special summon that, right? No lie, I had this card, so I was staring down an Enforcer, and they drew into a Nibiru during their draw phase, and they used this effect to special Nibiru, which was absolutely absurd because I couldn't, for whatever reason, I couldn't get over the Nibiru. So, but definitely Enforcer package, you have to play it. Hand traps. 3 Ash, 2 Imperm. That's it. Because, I mean, an argument can be made for the 3rd Imperm. We'll talk about that a little later. But there is another card that it used to be a Nibiru as well, for a target, for Crossout. Spoiler, we're playing Crossout, but I cut that to play something else because I really don't like the card. We'll talk about that when we get to it. All right, so Ash, I know that Ash isn't really that great. I almost want to cut it to 2, and I mean, I could play 42, or, you know, I could put 2 Ash, 2 Imperm, and 2 other hand traps, 1 other hand trap. I'm not sure. Like Ghost Bell definitely hurts this deck. Lancia hurts this deck. I could opt to play the 1 Lancia, but that's not really that's not really logical. I mean, Lancia would most definitely be in the side. But I mean, I don't know. This is the hand trap lineup that I played, aside from the 1 Nibiru. I mean, of course, Nibiru is in the side. But yeah, and I mean, Imperm, it was okay. Kind of wish I had 3 to see it more. But yeah. Moving on to the spells. Enforcer package. You gotta play 3. You can literally do full combo and then Fusion Destiny after. Unlike Red Eyes Fusion. There it is. Where you play 1, and if you open it, you can't send it off of Anaconda, and then if you use it, you can't do anything else for the rest of the turn. This, you could do full combo and come out Enforcer to, you know, seal the game even further, right? So that's why it's at 3, 100%. Monster, I guess, interruptions, negates, whatever you want to call it. So we got the 2 Chalice, 2 drops, 2 Crossout. You can literally cross out. You can cross out. You can cross out Droplets. You can cross out Chalice. You can cross out Hand Traps. You can even cross out Fusion Destiny if you really want to. Sure, do you think? This card is actually pretty good. It's not really that great when you play 3, because This is essentially a third crossout. These are essentially 2 more Call by the Graves. They really help each other out. I mean, like in the OCG, I know they were playing 2 and 2, which is pretty good. Konami, you need to either ban this or, you know, put it back to 3. It's okay at 1. At least maybe give it to us at 2. Take that. Right. Then so the card that I replaced Nibiru with, okay? I'm not a fan of this card. I hate this card. This card is 100% legitimately only in the main deck for a crossout target. And that card is Mystic Mine. I hate this card so much. Literally the only reason I cited it, or I have it in here in the main deck. Every locals I go to, I always lose to Mystic Mine. Well, playing combo. Always. I don't have an out to it. If I don't have an out to it, I do have another out. We'll talk about that later. But if I can OTK my opponent or do something, but they have mine up, like say they have mine, but they don't have monsters, and I have, I have like 1 monster. Cool. Cross out, call Mystic Mine. They don't have a response. Cool. Banish Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine is negated, and I can OTK them. That's literally the only reason it's in there. I mean, if you draw it, you can join them. I would be lying to you if I said I did not do that a couple of times. I mean, it's in my hand, you know. If you have it, use it, I guess, if you're in a pickle. Yeah. Go Mystic Mine. This card 100% needs to get banned. I'm so over this card. End Mystic Mine rant. And then there one Rhoda to search literally any card in your deck. Yeah, that's it. For the traps, 3 Fogblade, 1 Brigadine, and the other out to Mystic Mine in pure order. This card is absolutely bonkers. This I guess would tie into the other monster negates. It's a monster reborn as long as you banish it. Torn Scales does trigger if you banish this, I believe. I don't remember. I'm tired. Let me read. Yep, absolutely. If this card is banished, Torn Scales can trigger. If you have another one in hand, well, it depends. If you have another one in hand, or you have, it really depends on your hand. So if you have this in your hand, I would not discard the Fogblade if I had another one in hand. I would just hold that and set it, right? Because this requires you to have no traps in your graveyard to use it that turn that it's set, right? If you don't need it, cool, you can just set it and then sit on it for the next turn for a bluff for your opponent or whatever, right? And go on from there. This card's pretty self-explanatory. This card is absolutely stupid. This card, it's fair but unfair. It's an auto win against a lot, you know. Like, I wanted to stay just because of, like, it's a Mystic Mine out. It's an auto win against Striker, or any card in any deck that plays a lot of spells. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. And honestly, like, the reason we play it in here is we can literally out it with Enforcer if we need to. On our turn if we need to, like, play spells or something. So, but yeah, that is the main deck. Like I said, it is 43 cards. There are some cards that will most definitely probably change in the future. But let's go off to the extra deck here. So for the links, one Access Code, one Unicorn with Bardiche, Cherubini, Anaconda, Dagda, Link Spider. Access code for OTK, the OTK, Unicorn, for if you need to spin back something or to link climb into access code because Bardiche cannot be used as link material. These two are part, like, the main part of the combo. You go into Cherubini first, and then you get Graph to special summon Seer from the deck, and then you link those two into Bardiche. Seer will target Cherubini to special, and then you just go off from there. At that point, though, Cherubini is essentially just an extra body. And fun fact, right? When you get to this point, and you revive back Cherubini, that is 5 summons. If they don't nib you here, you can dump your Phantom Knight, get a Fog Blade or whatever, and you can have follow up to a Nibiru, i.e. Link Spider, and literally any other monster spell, trap, or whatever that can get you another monster, so that you can go into at least Anaconda, Dagda, and if you have more extenders, you can do the Anaconda Dagda play still with a Fog Blade or whatever set. Anaconda, just if it can come up to send Fusion Destiny, if you don't hard draw it just for the whole Dagda play. Dagda, when a card effect is activated on the field, its effect will let you set an artifact, aka Scythe, or I guess in certain instances Lancia if you need it. This card is absolutely stupid. And then Link Spider, just if you go into Brigadine, you have to link it into Link Spider before you can go into Anaconda, because you can't use Brigadine into an Anaconda because it's not an effect monster. This can be for the Nibiru token to, again, effect monster into Anaconda, so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the links. This Needle Fiber Field Center keeps moving. Moving on to the XYZs. 1 Leviair. 2, Break Sword. I couldn't think of the name and it was right in front of me. Yikes. 1 Raiders Knight, 1 Arc Rebellion, 1 Downard, 1 Zeus. Okay. So Leviair, it's to do, like, you can do certain things. I literally have never used this in this build. I know there's plays you can do with this to boost Bardiche and make him bigger to help facilitate the OTK if you need extra damage or whatever with Ancient Cloak. But I never really used this, but I do have it in there for that specific line of play. 2 Break Sword, 1 you burn through during the combo. If you have a Fog Blade in the grave, just to have a form of interruption on your opponent's turn. The second one, just problematic things. Raiders Knight. So Break Sword, Raiders Knight, and Arc Rebellion are part of the Arc Rebellion OTK. So you use either you can use Bardiche effect to pop this and activate this effect to special summon the 2 PKs that it had as materials, and then they become level 4. You can go in Raiders Knight, activate Raiders Knight effect, and overlay into this, activate this effect. It turns off all the monster effects and gains attack of every monster on the field, not just your opponents. It's every monster. So if you have a whole bunch of monsters on the board and your opponent got one, come here. You're gonna get these hands. But if for whatever reason you don't OTK your opponent, drop that Zeus on him, right? You might wonder, why on earth am I playing Downard? Simple thing, right? Situations do come up. We're going to Break Sword, okay? I don't want to activate the effect, right? Because there's a problematic card on the board, and I can't target it with this, right? Or I don't want to get rid of anything. It's late game or whenever you need it, right? So you have 2 materials, and then this will be 3. Battle, swing into something, swing over something, whatever. Cool, Downard, Big Daddy Zeus 4 materials. Let's go. It has come up, not a lot, but I kind of like that over Appaloosa at the moment. As you notice, on the subject of Appaloosa, there is no Appaloosa in this. I took it out. I didn't really see a need for it at the moment. I put Downard in over Appaloosa. Yeah, a lot of people are playing the the Draco Future build. I haven't tried that yet. I really am feeling this build right now. It's pretty good actually, in my opinion. It depends. It's very fragile from what I've seen, but we'll talk about that another time. For the final, 15th extra deck card, you didn't guess it. Boom, there it is. This Needle Fiber Field Center really doesn't like me. It keeps trying to run away. Anyway, obviously Enforcer, right? Enforcer is the most broken card in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you don't know what this does, you activate its effect. It does not target. It will pop 1 card on your field and 1 card on the field, right? So it can be your card, it can be your opponent's card, whatever. This is absolutely why this card and this is part of the Scythe lock. You know, or you just pop Scythe on your opponent's turn, or you pop this and your Scythe on your opponent's turn, or whatever. Or you can pop anything and Scythe. You can, if you pop this, you can like chain block whichever one you want precedence over. If you want this to resolve for the next standby phase, or if you want Scythe to resolve, you can go chain 1, chain 2, vice versa. And then when Scythe hits the board on your opponent's turn, they can't special summon from the extra deck, which is absolutely bonkers. Scythe is probably gonna get banned. This card is absolutely stupid. And just remember, like, if you are using this and your opponent like DD Crows this or something, so this is banished, you still do have other Destiny heroes in your graveyard that you can revive. A lot of times people revive Dasher because it's bigger, but certain instances can come up where you would summon Celestial, but Celestial is honestly better in the graveyard. But yeah, that is the profile, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed. If you really like the deck profile and you know, like my content, please do consider subscribing. Comment down below, you know, if there's anything you would change. Let me know also if you want to see me do test hands. I'm totally open to that. If you want to see combo videos, you know, just let me know down in the comments. Like, I will totally do it. I am going on a little week vacation back home to see my family. So, yeah, I won't really have... Well, I'll have a couple of decks, but I won't have my camera set up or anything like that. Well, by the time you're watching this, I'll already be back home and spending time with family. But I will definitely be able to read your comments and stuff. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on that notification bell for whenever we do upload. Well, I upload. I don't know why I keep saying we. Whenever I upload more deck profiles. So, you know, or pack openings or whatever. If you stay tuned, there is going to be a Invoke Dogmatica deck profile, as well as an Invoke Dogmatica Shaddoll. However, the Invoke Dogmatica Shaddoll is probably going to be when I come back. Just because, like, I'm not going to have my stuff. I mean, I'll be able to work on it on my laptop, but I won't have the physical cards. I won't have my setup to do the recording. So definitely stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, till next time, it's your move.